Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of How Can They Improve the Game? Fire Emblem Heroes Edition. I am your boy Tacho here, as you all already know, and what we're going to be doing today is just talking about some of the issues that I have with the game and where I feel like they can improve on. And we've got a very special topic today. We're going to be talking about seasonal banners. This is actually my biggest gripe with the game as of right now, and a couple of days earlier, they did a survey in the game and they were trying to ask us what we thought was wrong and what we would like to see improvements on, and I found myself talking about seasonal banners in that survey pretty much any chance I got, to the point where it actually took away from other points that I wanted to bring up. So I ended up mentioning seasonal banners and completely forgetting to talk about some of my other issues. So I'm just going to get it all off my chest right now in this video. We're going to talk about everything wrong with the seasonal banners and why they're such a big problem in my opinion. And I think this is definitely as good a time as any to actually talk about this, since in the month of December, not only have we had one seasonal banner, but we had a second one. And we're also coming fresh off of the Halloween banner. So this is definitely the time to talk about this stuff. Okay, so what is a seasonal banner anyway? Well, in other gacha games, sometimes they'll do these seasonal banners. It's not very often, by the way. It's something that happens maybe once every blue moon, so maybe once or twice a year, if even that, will another gacha game actually have a seasonal banner. And the way it works is they'll usually put out very popular units that are from the series, and they'll dress them up in really nice clothes from whatever the holiday is that they're trying to celebrate. So I guess let's take Dragon Ball Z for example, since that's the first thing that comes to mind. So in Dokkan Battle, let's say they had a seasonal banner and they were trying to do a Christmas themed banner. They would probably put units like Android 18 and Videl and Bulma and stuff on that banner, and they dress them up in really cool costumes like Santa outfits and maybe reindeer outfits and stuff like that. And it's a really cute banner. It has some really interesting costumes on the units. The artwork is always really fun to look at, and that's how they get their incentive for people to actually summon on those types of banners. Another very important thing to note about these seasonal banners is that most other gacha games will not actually make the characters on the seasonal banners incredibly powerful in terms of the meta. So they'll release these seasonal units. They're really just fun characters for you to mess around with and enjoy having in your collection. Because at the root of it all, this is a gacha game, and as you guys know, the point of a gacha game is just to collect your favorites and have fun with them, as opposed to trying to be the best and having the #1 strongest team in the game, which is actually why a lot of other people play anyway. But it's still at the root of it all just a collector's game where you're trying to collect all your favorites. So going back to Dokkan Battle, in the instance that they had a seasonal banner, they didn't actually, but I'm saying, let's say if they did, they would have had those waifu units on it with the Christmas outfits, and people would have probably summoned on that banner just for fun. They definitely would have did some discounts as well, like, you know how Dokkan is if you play it. Usually it's like, do one multi-summon and you get a discount on the next one, or do 3 multi-summons and get 1 free. All that standard Dokkan Battle summoning stuff. So they definitely wouldn't be very greedy with giving out these units. It would be very easy to get them. It would probably have higher rates as well. So that's how other games would probably handle something like a seasonal banner. When it comes to Fire Emblem Heroes, it's like the complete opposite actually. The heroes that we get on these seasonal banners in Fire Emblem Heroes are incredibly stacked. Like, I'm talking they're pretty much at the top of the meta, some of the best units in the game, and on top of that, they come with these really powerful skills that are exclusive on them. So if you're trying to make the most out of skill inheritance and try and min and max your characters, you definitely want to summon on these seasonal banners and get multiple copies of the units. Not just, you can't just get one. You can't just say, okay, I summoned one of these units and I'm good to go with that. No, it doesn't work like that in Heroes. You gotta summon one just for fun, and then you gotta summon another one to sacrifice and get good skills on your other characters. And that's a big problem, guys. There's definitely something wrong there. I don't feel like these seasonal units should have such powerful skills and also have such high base stat totals and just pretty much dominate their class if they're going to be seasonal units. That's something you would expect for a normal unit that is not going to go away, is not going to be limited time only, and is going to be added to the standard summoning pool for anyone to be able to summon anytime after the banner goes away. But no, that's not how they're doing it in Fire Emblem Heroes. The way that it's handled is in a way to really try to put pressure on us as players to actually summon for the units on the seasonal banner, summon multiple copies of them to get merge fodder and also skill fodder, and on top of that, they want us to do it within a certain time limit, because if we don't, those units are going to go away and who knows when they're ever coming back. I know that we had the Legendary Heroes banners on the end of November, and we had one right now, actually. It's going on currently. And those two banners had seasonal units on it. But they're pretty much from the earliest seasonal banners from the very start of the game. And I have no idea if they're coming back after that, because we had Spring Camilla on the first one in November. And I don't know if she's going to be available again for a while after that, guys, because they have so many other seasonal units to go through that it's crazy, guys. It creates such a big disparity from players that just started the game now and players that have been playing since day one. It's a very unfair advantage, especially if you haven't started playing recently. If you've been playing since day one and you're free to play, you could have just been very unlucky and summoned on those seasonal banners and not ended up getting the units you wanted. And if that's the case, then you're in a pretty tough spot here, because now who knows when you'll get a chance to get those units ever again. So anyway, I guess let's start from the top. Let's go back to the first seasonal banner that they ever released in Fire Emblem Heroes. That was the Spring Festival banner, and it was actually a really cool banner. It was pretty fun for the time that it had came out, being the first of its kind and introducing a bunch of fan favorite characters in really adorable bunny outfits. So I summoned on that banner, and my goal was to get Bunny Lucina, since Lucina's my favorite female character in Fire Emblem, and I thought she was really cute in the bunny outfit. So I just wanted to summon her as a collector and add her to my box and just have fun with the character. And that's exactly what I did. I summoned on that banner. I got pretty lucky and I got Lucina on my summoning video. So I was pretty happy about that. And I basically just stopped summoning at that point because Lucina was my favorite and she was the only one that I actually wanted. Now, little did I realize at that time, I'm sure most people didn't catch on to it either at the time, that Spring Camilla was on that banner, and she would actually go on to be the best flying unit for quite some time, up until the second time that we got access to a flying mage, which was Summer Corrin on yet another limited time only banner. And there would just be no way to gain access to a flying mage at all, unless you were lucky enough to pull either Camilla or Corrin or Halloween Nowi on those respective seasonal banners. And that's not good, because if you're trying to build the strongest Fire Emblem team possible, you just can't do it unless you were lucky enough to pull these units. And there's no way to get them at all right now, because none of them are on a banner, none of them are in the standard summoning pool, and we have no idea when any of them are coming back, especially not Camilla, since she was already rerun. So I have no idea how they plan to handle re-releasing her for the people that missed her the first and second time. That's not good, guys. That's really bad practices. I'm really not a fan of the way that's being handled. And on top of that, Camilla just became drastically better now that we just got Iote's Shield as a Sacred Seal. So you can pretty much just run Camilla on the flying team, give her Iote's Shield, give her the Grand Raven Tome, and watch as she becomes pretty much the best counter meta unit on the flying team, as she's able to deal with both Brave Lyn and Reinhardt single-handedly. No other flying unit in the game can pretty much claim that under their resume. So yeah, that's really gross, guys. The fact that Spring Camilla is unavailable right now and for who knows when. If you start playing the game today and you're not going to get access to what is pretty much one of the best flying units, and you're trying to build a Fire Emblem team, then I don't know what to tell you, guys. I'm just really sorry that you had to miss out on such a great unit twice. It's really not a good way to handle the summons, and I wish they would really do something about it. So moving on to the next seasonal banner we had, it was the Bridal Blessings banner, and this one featured a whole bunch of waifus. I don't think there was any occasion for this either. It was just, okay, here's a banner with a bunch of units in bride outfits. Go ahead and summon on this. So, yeah, guys, like I said, I have no idea what the occasion was for that. They just decided to release this banner, and it had a very special unit on it, which was Bride Cordelia. Pretty much, and still is, the best infantry bow unit in the entire game, just no questions asked, with 35 attack and 35 speed neutral. There's just no competing with her. Even at this point, even Innies, who is probably the second best infantry bow we've gotten, just doesn't compete with Cordelia as a player phase unit. She's just way too aggressive, her stats are way too perfectly rounded out, and it's just terrible that you just can't summon her anymore, because she's also in the same boat as Camilla, where she was already rerun now, so I have no idea how they plan to give her out at any point in the future. It's really bad, guys. This is exactly why I hate these seasonal banners, because they're just, the way that they're handling them is by making the units very powerful in terms of meta, and also giving them really powerful base stats and insane exclusive skills on top of that. I don't even know what to say, guys. And I guess the recent example is the Christmas banner, where just look at that banner, guys. Every single unit on that banner is amazing. Like, we're talking S tier plus on all of those units. They're perfect in terms of stats. They have what is one of the best weapons in the game now, with giving your units +2 on the enemy phase if they initiate on you. And they have such ridiculous skills. The Brazen skills are unbelievably good. Bold Fighter and Vengeful Fighter also incredibly good, and Lissa has the highest base stat total in the entire game now. So if you're trying to play in the arena and you're trying to max out your score, having a +10 Lissa is like the highest scoring unit in the game. So it just really sucks that they want to keep releasing all these really powerful seasonal units, and then as soon as the banner's done, they just go away. And the Christmas banner too, it has another really big issue with it, and that is the fact that it's only going to run for 14 days. Those 14 days are almost going to expire, so the banner's about to go away. And they only did that so that they could make way for the New Year's banner, which features units that are a whole lot less spectacular than the Christmas units. Now, the New Year's banner, I can't even get mad at it, because it's actually more in line with what I would consider ideal for a seasonal banner, where the units are just really cool units that people like, that are very popular in the fan base, and they're not particularly powerful in terms of skills or stats, but what they really do nicely is they have really cool artwork, and that's already the incentive that people will want to try and summon for those units. But when it comes to other seasonal banners where we're getting like the best units in the game on these seasonal banners, I think that's just going a little bit too far. The Winter's banner, of course, being my #1 example of that. Also, what's the deal with the Performing Arts banner, guys? This is something that really bothered a lot of people, because there's no reason in the world for that to have been a seasonal banner in the first place. It's introducing 3 characters that we did not have in the game. We had the Black Outfit Azura, we had Shigure, and we had Inigo. Those characters do not exist in the game, and they're also very fan-favorite characters. I know Azura is in the game technically in the white outfit, but we know from Fates that Azura has 2 different outfits, and having both of them in the standard summoning pool, I don't even think that would be that big of an issue. But for whatever reason, they just didn't feel like doing it, and Olivia is on the banner too. She's in a different outfit, but like, what was even the point? What was the occasion for having a Performing Arts banner and making it a seasonal banner in the first place? I have no explanation for that, guys. It's just a dumb practice for them to have gone ahead and done that. Okay, guys, so I'm sorry that I kind of ranted on a whole bunch there. I really didn't mean to do that, but I just had to get all of this off my chest. Because like I said in the survey that they had did a couple of days ago, I could not stop talking about how bad of an idea the seasonal banners were, given the way that they handle them in this game, and as opposed to in other gacha games where it's not even a big deal if you can't always summon those units. But in this game, it is a big deal if you can't summon them all the time. So my fix for this would be to just add the seasonal banners to the standard summoning pool after the banner goes away. I really don't see how that would be any sort of problem. Of course, having them featured on another banner is going to increase the odds of being able to pull them. But how often do they have to do that, right? I mean, they don't really have to make them focus units. As long as you have a chance to summon them at any moment, I think that would be fair, especially to the people that started playing the game later on and probably missed out on those units the first time or the second time around. And also, look at all the pity-breaking 5 stars we have in the game that are no good. Like, Merrick is a really bad one that people hate to summon. Also, Soren and a lot of the healers too, like Mist and Maria. Who wants to summon them as 5 stars? That's like the biggest waste of a pity bonus ever. And they could easily just fix that by putting all the seasonal units on the standard summoning pool and having a 3% chance to get them. Wouldn't you rather get your pity broken by, instead of a Soren, you get a freaking Performing Arts Azura? I think that would be a pretty good consolation prize to whatever you were trying to get in the first place, right? That would be a pretty hype summon, actually, if you're not even expecting to get such an awesome unit and you just ended up getting her out of sheer dumb luck. That's exactly what I like about summons, the complete unpredictability of it. And when you do summons and you pull that one unit that you never expected you would be able to get, but when you finally get them, it's like the best feeling in the world. That's what makes these gacha games so much fun to do summons on, and that's the feeling that I love to have when I do summons. But when it comes to Heroes, that's just not how it is. And the fun of summoning in Heroes is just completely ruined by having to go through pity breakers and having to snipe on certain colors, which I talked about in the last episode of this series. So if you're interested in checking that out, then there's going to be a link to that video at the end of this one for you to go ahead and take a look at. But yeah, overall, that's pretty much just my impressions on these seasonal banners, and the easiest way to fix it would just to be adding the units to the standard summoning pool after the banner goes away, and I think that would fix a whole lot of other problems with the game as well. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video, guys. Like I said again, I'm sorry I had to rant on there. I don't like making negative videos like this and saying negative things about the game, but this is just something that's been bothering me pretty much since the summer banners started, where we got 2 back-to-back summer banners, and it was just really bad. I didn't like that, guys. So this is your boy Tacho signing out. Definitely leave comments in the comments section. Let me know your thoughts on this, and let me know how you feel about these seasonal banners. If you agree with what I'm trying to say, or if you think I'm in the wrong, then please let me know, because I'm very interested in hearing your guys' opinion on this. It's a very important thing to talk about, I feel like. So yeah, as always, this is Tacho signing out. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and as always, cheers, have a great day, and I'll catch you again in the next one.